What? Yep, yep. Let's go. Join us on the pink couch. Sit on down and open your mouth. Don't be afraid to speak, girl. Come on in and share with the world. We know you have a lot to say, so why not spill it our way? Spill it our way. Why not spill it our way? All pumped up to start your sessions. Ready for Pink Couch Confessions. Pink Couch Confessions. Pink Couch Confessions. Ready for Pink Couch Confessions. Yeah.
I'm Zakia here from Courts and Rainbows, and I have a confession.
I'm Laura Morae from Love and Legacy Enterprises, and I have a confession.
So with last week's events, me and my girl Laura have obviously started talking about a bunch of shit nobody really wants to talk about, but it needs to be discussed. With the Surviving documentary, we'll leave it as that, Surviving. With last week's documentary, Surviving, a lot of emotions have come up for a lot of women. Just a lot of traumas come up, a lot of people have been triggered. I myself have been a person that has been triggered from being online this week and last week, and we're just here to talk about it.
We were thinking that we want to actually point out that this is a problem for everybody, not just women, not just children, not just celebrities, not just, the poor, this black or white issue. This is an overall issue for everybody.
Yeah.
And with this being an issue for everybody, we felt like we should tell our stories to, let you guys know that it's not just us, and it's not that our story is going to make or break anybody's life.
Unfortunately, our stories aren't unique.
No, everybody's got something that they've gone through, and a lot of people have gone through what we've gone through. And the whole point of this is to get people to start getting help, to get out, to start speaking up, to stop the cycle, the generational cycles, to get the people who are the predators the help that they need, because ignoring it and just putting them in jail is obviously not working. They get out pretty fast. They need mental help, and they're probably been abused also.
9 times out of 10 they've been abused as well.
Exactly. We did not want to specifically speak on one issue. We want to speak a little bit about it all.
Yeah.
And you were a young lady out here dating older men. I was a young lady that was afraid to date, and we both have our reasons why.
So to rewind to my confession, I'll say it again. My name is Zakia with Courts and Rainbows. I have a confession that I am a victim of sexual abuse in more than one way. I mean, it goes back to my childhood. The predator in my family, who was actually my father, biological or not my father, biological part will be determined one day, but I had to live with a predator who got away with it. Not only abused me, but other young women in the family, because he's a lot older than my mom. And every woman who was made aware of this protected this man because it was their dad or it was their uncle. He's the family. He's like the big mama of the family. He's protected. To this day, he's still at every family function. And I just can't. I don't get it. I love my own mom, but I'll say it on camera, I don't respect her. She'll see this one day, we'll have a conversation about it. I don't respect her because of choices she's made that I just can't make as a parent. From there, then you have me as a teenager being allowed to date older men. Now, at the time, it didn't seem wrong. I'm 16, 15, 16, 17. I think I'm grown, so I don't see what I'm doing wrong. But the whole time, I'm dating men that are over 21. This is a problem, and this is something that happens a lot. And yes, you have some young women who are sneaking, and that's kind of a different situation. At that point, it's a little bit different, but when you don't have to sneak because you're allowed to do it, because your mom was allowed to do it, and the generation, that's a problem for me, and that is sexual abuse. Any 16-year-old having sex with a 21-year-old is being sexually abused and manipulated. And for a parent to know that, I can't relate. And that's something that I've obviously struggled with, whether I realized it or not. But I feel like I broke the cycle for that family.
At what age was that?
I started dating older men as soon as I started having sex. But I remember a few stories. I remember being in 12th grade, staying at my boyfriend's house, so it was 25, 26, 3-4 days a week. My mom knew exactly where I was and how old he was. I remember being 17. This was the one time I did lie. The one time I lied about my age in my life. I told the guy I was 18, but I was flying. I was on flights. My mom knew I was on a flight. There was nothing that I wasn't allowed to do. And I did it because I didn't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't taught. My daughter already knows me. I was not taught that it was wrong. I didn't know until I became an adult and said, what was I? Why was I allowed to do that?
Yeah.
So
now you realize it shouldn't be normal.
It shouldn't be normal. It was normal in my. It was normal in my home. It was. So a lot of dumbass decisions I could have been stopped if there were boundaries and things I wasn't allowed to do. There were a lot of things. I had sex with people that I shouldn't have even been in contact with because I was simply allowed to do. I was never told no. I was never told I'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
Never was I ever told that. So
there was no guidance.
No guidance. It was just I was taught how to look cute.
Yeah.
And now that even goes back to why I gotta look so cute in ninth grade? Why am I taught to look so cute?
Mm-hmm.
Why is the parents doing so much when grown ass men are looking at me?
Yeah.
Like boys my age were fucking horrified. They already knew. Like I ain't gonna but that's a problem.
So they knew that you were already out there with the older men. They didn't think they had a chance.
And I was very discreet. Nobody, it ain't like everybody knew who I was dating or whatever. I wasn't like, but I wasn't dating boys in my school.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. So yeah, that's something that came up for me. That's what was triggering for me more than the actual. I don't want to say more than the predator, but just as much as the predator was the fact that I realized I was allowed in the predators. Nothing. They still out.
Yeah.
They still good.
Yeah, I don't think many. I mean, a lot of predators are walking around because no one says anything.
I wasn't protected.
Or because they don't know to say anything. That's another thing. Like you said, like you had to know. So what age did you realize, like, hey, I don't think this is cool anymore?
I mean, I don't think I realized I was doing anything wrong until I got married and had kids. Or when I had my daughter. At 22, I had my daughter. And then certain things started making me realize, like, my upbringing wasn't right. Because if my daughter was to ever tell me that someone abused her, that person is going to jail, or I'm going to die trying to get them to jail.
Yeah.
And if my daughter is 17 telling me that her boyfriend is 26, he's going to jail.
Yeah.
Or at the very minimum, I'm calling this man something to stay the fuck away from my child.
17 is a legal age to have sex in most states in the United States.
Okay, but I shouldn't have been in his nice house. He should have been dropping me off to school.
Yeah.
I had a mom for that.
Yeah, she should have been guiding you
I had
to
a mom
why
that was
that
actually
age
home and
difference.
had the freedom to take me home. She should have been taking me to school.
Yeah, making sure you were okay
Yeah,
instead of somebody
he
else.
shouldn't have been taking me to school. And it's just totally inappropriate. My daughter's gonna be led differently. Will my daughter possibly sneak? Absolutely. No, I'm not saying that kids aren't out sneaking, but you will know that I'm gonna fuck you up. That's
Yeah.
That's the difference. There was no I'm gonna fuck you up.
And there should be some recourse.
Yeah.
So your
You
actions.
sneak, I'm taking
Or at
your
least
phone.
guidance.
I'm taking something. I'm sure your phone's gonna be in my name at that point. You losing something. If I
And
find
then
out.
your mom stayed with you until you got grown, right? And you left the house. You left from your mom's
I
house.
left when I was turned 18.
Okay.
Right after school. I had been back. I had my daughter, which that probably wouldn't even. I'm glad I had my daughter, but even that situation probably could have been avoided with more guidance because I'm out here having a child with somebody I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm glad I did. I got my baby, but yeah, it's a lot of things that could have been avoided in my life. A lot based on that sexual abuse and me just being exposed and allowed to do.
So what happened with your family when you basically spoke about this and brought it up?
I
What
spoke
happened
about this
to
situation.
you?
Nothing. I spoke about besides feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
I spoke about this situation last year. I saw a post online that triggered the fuck out of me. Triggered me. It said something about. It was showed like it showed somebody sweeping something under a rug, and it said something about black families. Like this is how they treat molestation or whatever. Triggered me so much. Then I wanted to say something I didn't. Then I had a conversation with one of my best friends who told me something happened in her family. And I felt like I was her mom. I got so mad for her. I wasn't even mad for myself. I got so mad this person did this to her because I know the person who did this to her because I grew up with them. I just went off. I was like, oh, what's her name? I told her, I said, I'm about to post this and, you know, you can feel free to comment. And my post helped her a lot. And it also got us closer. Me and her actually been a lot closer since that. So
you were able to connect with somebody
and
on this
so
level.
many DMs, both men and women, that told me.
Social media helped.
So many people in my DMs. But yeah, so anyway, I made that post. I blasted the Luis Enrique Torres, my predator. I blasted his ass. And I blasted my mom for not getting him arrested. And I blasted his other daughters for knowing that he molested all of their children and didn't get them arrested. So me and my mom to this day still haven't had the conversation. She'll see this and we probably still won't have the conversation. She got to come, at this point, she got to come to me.
Yeah.
So my sister did go back and have the conversation with her. And I'll let that leave that is their business. But long story short, people were very mad at my mom.
Of course.
Other cousins from, cause
Yeah.
other cousins from her side of the family that read that, they were heated. They were, telling me sorry and all this. And I'm okay. I'm fine. But yeah, so it was a good release for me. It was something that I'm so happy I did, no matter who doesn't like it. So happy I did it, and it was like my intro to talking about this.
Yeah. So do you think because of the abuse in the home, that's what led to the interest in older men?
Possibly.
Have you ever correlated those
Well,
two to be together?
Part of it was this. I was always taught to date a guy with money. That's my age didn't have money yet.
Okay.
It was that.
Okay. So it was just about
they don't
money.
have money yet. And I was never told not to have sex. I was told don't have sex for free. Don't have sex for free.
Okay.
I was never told not to have sex. Never. So when you are told, and this is mental conditioning, I don't know what's wrong. This is what I'm being told. So when you're told that, it's not necessarily that I was in a hunt for older guy. The young ones ain't have nothing yet. I think that's what.
Yep, they don't have it.
They don't have it yet.
So they're not the ones to go after.
Yeah, because it wasn't like nobody young was cute.
Yeah.
They didn't have these things yet, or these things that I thought they were supposed to have, or whatever the case was. That's more so of what it was.
And where are you originally from?
Maryland, Silver Spring.
And you moved down to Georgia when?
I moved to Atlanta at first. I was like 19.
19. Oh, so you're at the peak of your adulthood, just getting out
Yeah, and then I came here and was a ho-ho. I mean,
As most of us do.
Yeah, I was a ho-ho here.
This is what we do.
Was lucky to just be pregnant that one time ever. I was pregnant one time and kept a baby. Yeah, but I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I've never had consensual sex or act like back to what we were talking about earlier. It's not I hate sex, but I do hate predators. And when I say I don't like the word hate, I tell my kids don't use the word hate. I hate predators, and I hate weak ass bitches and weak ass moms who don't give them a respect.
Yeah, who allows it?
Say what I said.
I agree. And
I don't care how famous the person is. It's not a personal attack against anyone famous at all. Like it's so much more going on, both man and female. Like my friend was touched by a female, so it's not. I could literally go on and on.
Yeah.
All fucking day.
I don't think I know a person, meaning I don't know too many people who have not been violated, first of all. And then I don't know too many people who have not been violated in a sexual way. And that's alarming to me when I sit down and speak to men and women and children.
More people that have been versus, like, I speak to more people that have been in a situation.
But this is the most taboo subject to speak about.
Right.
Because if you speak about it, the woman gets blamed every time. And
that's what I don't do. I hope that I didn't come across as blaming my mom. I'm not trying to blame the woman in the situation. A predator is a predator. As a parent, though, if my child does run into a predator, because unfortunately they might, I'm going to do my job as a parent to get them arrested. That's my stance on that. Because I don't like to make it seem like it's going back to the woman.
Yeah. I don't think.
Oh, this is tea, by the way.
Yeah, this sweet tea from Waffle House.
I'm not gonna act like I'm gonna give me a little drink, but this is tea. It's early.
We just want it pretty
close. I knew that my throat was gonna get dry as fuck talking about this, so it's tea. I'm getting dry.
No, that's regular tea. It's sweet tea. That Georgia tea.
I need something sweet because it's getting sour.
But yeah, I am also confessing sexual abuse. I mean, I don't know. Currently, I don't know a female who hasn't been abused. And that's crazy to me because I know a lot of women. And everybody has a different story from one variation to another that they haven't talked about, or it's been hidden, or when they did bring it up, they were blamed or shunned or shamed, or they told the truth and the person didn't get in trouble anyway. And they went through all this stuff, but they were dragged through the mud. So I know that I grew up in an environment where I thought it was normal. I thought all the sexual behavior was normal. I was a little girl when it all started, very small, so I assumed this is how they because I moved from one family to another family due to my mother dying, so I didn't have a mother to raise me and tell me anything. My mother's been gone since I was 3, and my biological father, who I call the bio dad, I pretty much lost him by the time I was 6 to drugs, alcohol, and crime and all that. So he's gone, and I don't know him like that. So we had to go from house to house, pillar to post, different people. And when you do that, I have not been in a home where somebody didn't touch me. Now, I wasn't touched at all before I got to these people, which is my father's side. And
oh, it was your father's side you started living with?
yeah, I was originally with my mother's side, and then I was with my father's side.
I need some more people.
It was different for me to move from a loving, caring, home set environment where people, when they touched you, it meant love and affection and kindness.
Right.
But when I moved, by the time I was from 5 to 7, I realized quickly this is not
This ain't right.
Kansas anymore.
Yeah. That's what.
And I grew up quite fast, and I grew up in an environment that was overly crime-driven, overly sexual. There was no parental guidance. There was a lot of drug use for the adults. And basically, the children were just dogs that were in the way, in my mind. That's how I've always related it. Like, we weren't allowed to sit on the furniture. So, in my mind, that meant I was less than an animal. Like, I had to sit down here with the dog.
It's like me telling the cat to get off the couch.
Exactly. So,
I don't even do that.
yeah.
They cat to sit on the couch.
It was very different growing up in an abusive environment that's mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually, all of that abusive. And then you're going to different homes, and the people, when you're in the new home, they're just as abusive in a whole different way. So to adapt to this, and I've lived in over 17 different homes, people, and to adapt to every person's different personality, their culture, because it wasn't just African American. Sometimes we were in Hispanic homes. Sometimes we were in Hispanic, black, and white homes. Sometimes we were in mixed homes. Sometimes we were just in white homes. Sometimes we were just in black homes. But overall, we were abusing all. Even when I got into foster care, still abused. It didn't stop.
That shit.
And I was in
makes
foster
me
care until
so
I was 12 and a half, almost 13 years old.
That shit makes me so mad because you take a child out of one fucked up situation
And they
where they may
repeatedly
not
go.
even been sexually abused, not they living with somebody that the government is paying to take care of them, and they are touching them.
Yeah, and so you get into situations where you don't know this is wrong. So it got to the point that I thought that's what I was for. I was told, oh, you're a pretty girl. So I thought, oh, okay, so you're supposed to do this to me because I'm a pretty girl. And pretty girl means that this is what pretty girls get. People are going to touch you. They're going to do things to you. They're going to bring you gifts. They're going to offer you things. They're going to do all this stuff because you're a pretty girl. So I was quite confused growing up on what I was supposed to be, how I was supposed to be when you're going from house to house to house. When my original thought of family was a kind, loving, gentle, quiet, very demure environment. Like, I used to be very quiet. You could barely hear me speak. But because I lived in this volatile culture, and it was a culture, like I said, it didn't matter what race it was the area of people that we were around. They were all the same. So it didn't matter what house you went to. This is what they did. This is how it went down. And it got to the point where I had blurred lines on, well, am I an abuser because I was involved with this and this happened because of that, and then I touched this person because of this, and this was forced on me? I grew up so confused and thinking I was just this disgusting, vile person that was beneath the scum, that I wasn't able to discern from good self-esteem and what you told me to be. So my whole life of youth was spent trying to figure out, is what you're telling me right? Because I always had something in me that said, no, this doesn't seem
like
right.
Shit that I was taught was right. That's harsh. That may be a little bit extreme.
Well, no, I'm not gonna say that nothing that was abusive or nothing that was volatile or dramatic or like devastating. It just taught me that human beings are broken and they're overall victims. Everybody's a victim. That's what number one it taught me. But it also taught me to think for myself. Yeah, that's why I asked you earlier, like, what age? And see, I was very young. I knew at 10 years old something was up with this. So from 10 to 13, I was trying to figure out how to get away from these people. Yeah. From 10 to 13, I no longer wanted to do what they were doing. I no longer wanted to be around. I basically had let this family go at 10 years old. I let it go. Because in my mind, I'm escaping you. I'm escaping you, your environment, your friends, the people around you, the folks in the family, the folks out of the family, the people at the store that's got me doing stuff. I'm revoking it all. I don't want the crime. I don't want the sex. I don't want any of it. So when I went to school in high school, I was a little bit different. I've snuck boys into the house. We didn't have sex, but snuck them in, did that type of stuff. I had a girlfriend. I won't mention her name, but her mom thought I was the worst chick in the world. I wasn't doing nothing. Like, I was the innocent one. But we like boys. We wanted to sneak them in. But I was afraid to be intimate with a boy. Whenever I got close to a boy, it was a problem. I was raped in 9th grade. Immediately by 12th grade, I had to ride the school bus with this guy every day. And when I went to tell the people, they thought he was going to be some star or whatever in football and all that. And I went to tell somebody, a counselor, it was shushed under the table, like, we don't want this trouble at our school. We don't want none of this problem. And I just kept to myself. That was the only counselor or person that I ever confided in.
Fuck what the girl had to go through. We don't want to
deal with it. Yeah. So I didn't tell nobody after that. I couldn't tell the people that were around me. And at this time, my father, my bio dad, he had got us out of foster care because, you know, he wanted our money and he needed that. So it was ridiculous because when he got us out of foster care, it was like I had nobody to talk to. Now, this man fought to get us out of foster care, but I got like violently raped where this man, because he's bigger, he's a 12th grader, he ripped off my little panties. He tore stuff, like, and it was so, what do you say, impactful. I used to ride on the bus and I would shake and I would piss myself on the bus because he would walk by me, and I would have to go to school and try to clean my underwear and clean my pants because every time this boy got on the bus, I'm pissing myself because I'm scared. And I'm scared because I'm afraid you're going to find out I told this person, this one person who swept it under the rug, and it just made me go to school living in fear every day, where one day I said enough was enough. I left the situation that was with my bio dad. I stayed with an auntie for a very short moment. It was a plan. And I actually had a cousin that wasn't very nice to me that gave me a suggestion about getting a place of residence somewhere that actually worked out. So I paid these wonderful people to be my guardian parents. I got emancipated. And I graduated high school from them.
But those people ended up being okay.
They did not touch me in a bad way. They showed me that family was normal. They showed me what love was. It felt like the original home that I came from. There was a wife and a husband. They believed in their religion and their love. Cooking every day, showing us how to clean and take care of ourselves, self-sufficient. Because of them people, I promise you, if you ever see this, I love y'all, I will always love y'all. Regardless of what's happened between us, it's always going to be there because you didn't have to do it. And when this happened, it gave me a sense of, like, I'm doing the right thing. And a sense of direction away from, like you said, breaking the cycle. And when I realized that not only were they not that way, but the people around them, you know, we got close with their family. Their family wasn't perfect, but it wasn't like that.
That's another thing.
They would argue and fight. It wasn't like that.
Look, everyone is not a predator. So I
don't
like that feeling. Everyone's not a predator. I ended up with an amazing stepfather who was so fucking far from a predator. Like, that man would go turn his head if I had a towel. You know what I mean? So every man is not bad, and I hate that it seems like that though. It's like, I hate it's become so bad that everybody seems bad.
Yeah.
And everyone's not bad.
And everybody's not bad in that way.
In that way.
Yeah.
We all got some fucking
Human
shit,
beings got, we're all fucked up, but not in a
Everyone is not a
sexual
sexual predator.
way. Because once I'm telling you, like, I have even had young women tell me, like, you know, when you were little, you touched me. Now, do I remember? No, I don't remember. And does it hurt me? Yes. Oh my God, like, I almost killed myself over some of this stuff because I got to a point where. Was that something that people were making you do? Like on the surviving? No, it was. I didn't see the surviving documentary because I didn't want to support the whole matter. But I did, you know, Google some stuff.
As a child, you do what you're told.
From what I understood was, one of the females that came to me and told me that I did something to her, because I don't remember this at all, and I feel bad. I wish I did so I could sympathize more. But she said it was just me, and I just touched her, and I told her, I said, I just don't remember touching people. But my psychiatrist said that sometimes you block things out because you're so ashamed or you're so hurt or so confused that why would I do that? And so I completely don't. I have memory issues. I seriously have diagnosed memory issues.
Because that's a good point, because I feel like most people that are predators have been preyed upon.
Yes.
I feel like that is good. Now, me honestly,
But mind you, I was a kid though. You know, the difference is I was. This all ended.
About 2 kids
before 13. You know, 13 and down. I've never did anything past that age.
Ain't really about 2 kids.
No,
it's not. We ain't really. That's a whole different conversation. My personal self can't relate with someone who says I was molested, so I'm a molester. I can't even fucking imagine molesting somebody.
No, I would never do it. That's what I'm trying.
That's
My point is like, because it hurt so bad, or because this person told me, because that's what I did. I violated them.
Yeah.
Even though we may have been children, it doesn't matter.
It don't, but
it was something that I did because it was done to me. And when this was brought to my attention I think she confronted me when I was like 19, 20. It changed everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, wait a minute. What does this mean for you? And I said, I'm gonna make it a point to make sure that people know that my touch is a good touch.
Yeah.
And I'm not, preying upon you. I'm not trying to demean you and brainwash you so you can no. And I feel like when you make that conscious effort, the excuse that somebody has been abused before is okay for them to abuse other people, or that's the reason why it's not okay. Because I went and got help. Just in case I was a predator, just in case I became something more, just because you don't know how weak the mind can be.
Yeah, I can't relate to that mindset. The person on the surviving was apparently molested by his sister, and I sympathize with that. I do sympathize with that.
And had an Oedipus complex disorder, which is a serious mental illness, and we need to face it. If you have a mental illness, you need to get help. People have to stop denying that they're wrong. And I'm gonna be straight, since I'm multiracial. Black folks, you got mental illnesses too. I'm so sick of hearing that black people don't have mental illnesses, or we don't do therapy and counseling.
Just other races who probably go see a therapist more often.
Yeah, because human beings are animals. So by an animal, if you put a litter of puppies together, they're going to have sex with each other if you don't separate them when they're in heat. We know this. Okay, so this is an animal instinct, but we are not on that level of intellect. We're supposed to be on a consciousness where we know, hey, this is a child who is unable to make a decision. So we need to, one, watch the children when they're together so we don't have children to children problems. That's one, parents and those who are watching the kids. Two, watch the adults who are around the children, because the children do not know any better. They're young and they're easily influenced and brainwashed. And three, watch adults with adults. It's really happening. We have rape, incest, molestation. We're having, from what I'm hearing, people are being brainwashed to the fact of being starved and locked in places where they're not allowed to leave without permission. Like, this is deep.
I sympathize with you being a victim as well, but that shit right there, I can't speak on it because I can't relate, but that's a little.
Well, I've been locked in places and I've been denied food, and this is what
I'm talking about the people that are doing it to you. Like, I sympathize with the fact that they were abused first, but I can't. Maybe this is blessed. Maybe I'm blessed and I have this mental health issue. I can't relate to how that makes you go touch a child
or hurt a child or abuse. Like, okay, I remember raising my children, and I was from a heavily abusive background. And my son, he'll tell you like, my mom, 3 times she really got me.
Yeah.
These 3 times were so significant. Like, it hurts my soul, because in his mind, it doesn't matter.
And he's how old, by the way?
He's good. He's about to be 22 in March. And those 3 times to him were it. Like, my mom, like, tore me up 3 times. I don't like that. This traumatized me. And it dawned on me, at first I was insensitive to him because I was just like, come on now, all this stuff I did. But because I loved him so much, that's all it took was 3 times. So imagine being a child going through this trauma in this PTSD type environment every single day for years upon years upon years upon years.
I didn't go through that.
It psychologically causes you to be broken down in levels of brainwashing where you really have to pick yourself up from the ashes. So when I heard about what was going on in the trendy media, I could relate.
We're not giving that person too much power, because it's so much deeper than the person that's in the news this week. It's so much deeper.
Yeah, and I can genuinely relate. And then when I was looking at your Instagram, you know how, and I saw some people kind of jumping on her about a comment, it led me to first have some really bad feelings about the world. That's the first thing it triggered, and I had to go back and meditate. I really did. I had to pull out those incense. Oh, she got the best incense, you guys. I had to pull out those incense you got, me, girl, and really focus myself and play devil's advocate and say, wait a minute, take your pain out of it and put your knowledge in it and your experience, and then see what you got. And I could see the hate. I could see. And I was like, call me.
So she was about to start talking about an incident that happened on my Instagram. I won't call nobody out and drop names, but long story short, I had said something about the situation that's been in the media, and the person's like, well, this has been happening. I agree. This person has been known for this. why are we talking about it now? Again, that's something else I can't relate to. The way that I handle things is, I'm excited that people are talking about it now. Someone's healed from this. Let's have the discussion about some shit that is always silenced. So I respect their opinion, but I kind of have a different take on it. Then I had somebody kind of call me on my shit the other day that I was kind of happy to hear another view. She says she was kind of hiding from it because it triggered her and it made her think about all the other people that were triggered, and now they're hiding in their room.
So they rather hide and they don't want to be triggered at all.
I sympathize with what she's saying, so I'm gonna let you do quite more talking about that. Because I sympathize. That's just not how I feel about it. It's for me, I want to be vocal. I want to get these people put out there on blast. I'll fucking put everybody's picture. Like I said my whole name on Instagram. Luis Enrique Torres. I said this whole shit. But she did, because we were in open discussion, she did call me out and make me say, okay, I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah.
She said she suppressed it for so long. What about the people that have been suppressing it and now they're bugging? Well, I think that's a blessing in disguise. Now it's your time. Let's start healing. Because when I put that shit out there, I felt good, and I can't tell you to think like me. But it's very interesting to see different.
But suppression is the way that America has been built on, brainwashing people and keeping them down to a level.
They have a documentary course that talks about. We've been he ain't shit. And this has been, but
they weren't able to talk about it before.
Right, I wouldn't care if we talk about it every year.
Social media first of all, social media, the internet, that everybody says is so bad all the time, gave them a platform to speak on. There was parents involved trying to save these women in this scenario that we're speaking on, trying to save these women who couldn't get access. And because
somebody may have seen their kid now or something.
That's what happened because of people speaking now and not suppressing it anymore.
To me, that's beautiful.
And I have empathy for all of you who are trying to suppress and trying to get through this, but that is not the solution. It is not the solution. It's not the way. And you cannot get upset with other people because they're speaking. And I don't care if something happened to you when you was 2 or when you was 22. It's something that's happening to 62-year-olds. Do you guys know that it is sexual assault being done to elderly people that are in elder homes? Nobody wants to speak about that. It's happening from the bottom to the top, and if we continue to suppress and not talk, then we wouldn't be where we were as women. We wouldn't be able to vote if we continue to suppress. Black people wouldn't be owning businesses and doing what they're doing. They would still be segregated. We would not be over here having rights if we continue to suppress and allow. And I just feel like it's the easy way out. And that's what a lot of people want, is the easy way is, like you said earlier, sweep it under the carpet.
I can't do that. Even one of my friends, I know that her telling me her story helped her a lot. And it was like, I feel like I was being vocal for her.
Yeah.
So, and I helped her. So I sympathize, and I'm not going to say too much because I'm not trying to be insensitive. I do sympathize. But to me, whether he did this 20 years ago or not, the fact that people are not silenced, even if it's this fucking week, to me, that's beautiful.
Well, with this trendy topic, this was not something that was put away and brought up later. There has been constant issues with this individual. There has been constant complaint, and there has been follow-up. Right. Because of who this person is and the amount of income coming in with this individual, there is not just this individual that's to play a part. It's not just the parents, and it's not just the staff. We have to go as big as labels and companies that are involved and people who really felt affected and they needed to protect this person beyond just I'm getting a paycheck and I'm working on his team, or I'm the parent and I'm trying to. No, this is something that everybody should be held accountable for.
Like the thing that I like about it happening right now, there are some people that I think have checked themselves, like, damn, I ain't know it's that deep. Fuck, I'm gonna fall back from this shit.
Because people spoke up.
Yeah, they did.
Now, how many men out here don't know they're doing wrong? How many men are being tricked? Or how many women are out here dating younger guys and the guy might be showing a wrong ID age? We keep saying women, but it's not.
Yeah, it's not.
And it's not in the straight and heterosexual community only. It's in the LGBTQ community also.
Yeah.
There is a lot of straight individuals right now who are currently pretending to be LGBTQ so that they can get financial gain or attention. And again, that's some type of psychological abuse.
I don't know about
that you're putting into your lifestyle because something probably happened to you.
Right.
Or you're lacking something.
I done did some shit I probably shouldn't have done for a point before. Which all goes back to the shit we've been talking about.
I think we all have.
But I ain't gonna pretend to be gay or whatever. I don't got nothing against gay people. I don't.
Yeah, I am a part of the LGBTQ community. Everybody knows I like guys and girls, so very bisexual. And I've had a lot of people pretend because they thought it was a financial gain and tell me later, well, no, that's not really what I'm into. I really did it because of this, and I really did it because of that. And I've had some people, yeah, they were okay afterwards, and some people really broke down, like they couldn't handle it. And I don't know what's going on. You're just using me as a pawn. So when these situations arise, like I said, it's from every aspect of life. We have problems in this world with sexual abuse. We're doing it to ourselves and others.
Yeah, because it's the lack of, when it comes, once you become an adult, it's the lack of self-love that makes you do it to yourself. And that's been my whole thing for the past year is self-love,
self-care.
I had to teach myself
healthy boundaries.
Yeah, I had to teach myself things that I simply wasn't taught. And already at 11 years old, I'm teaching my daughter shit that I had to teach myself at 30. I had to fuck up and teach myself. And yeah, when you go from maybe being abused as a child and now you're lacking self-love, and now you're just doing stupid shit, having sex with people you shouldn't even, or just met, or it's you're doing dumb shit because you don't truly love yourself. And I told somebody the other day this story. I'm like, I didn't realize how much I didn't love myself until more recently, because it used to be like, oh, self-love, you love yourself. I look in the mirror, which I'm fine. Yeah, I love myself. I have big ass. I'm cute. Yeah, I got nice skin. I thought that was self-love.
But love yourself enough to set healthy boundaries and tell somebody no. Or say, this is not good for me. I don't think any of us, see, this is the thing. When we are all talking, we almost have the identical stories. Like, the details might be a little different. But in overall,
I thought that's what self-love.
I thought being fine was, I'm fine, I'm good.
I'm good. No, now.
And then when they came out with the booties and all that, I was like, oh, I ain't got no booty, but I got nice shape though. Like, it was always something.
Now it's like, now everybody got an ass on me.
Yeah, like.
But now it's like, no, that's not what self-love means to me.
Self-love means setting healthy boundaries, self-care, making sure you're straight so that others are straight around you.
I
being
love how I treat other people.
Yeah.
Sometimes that means saying no. Sometimes self-love also means asking for help.
Asking for help. Or speaking up about what you truly want. Like, okay, even with sexual play, women are out here doing things because of money, right? I heard through some of the interviews about the topic that everybody's speaking on that a lot of it was because we were comfortable.
Yeah.
We were comfortable, we had this, we had that, but then when you really listen to it, how are you comfortable not eating? How are you comfortable being sat in a room? How are you comfortable being told to go to the restroom? How are you comfortable calling a grown man daddy? And I've had dudes try to get me to call them daddy, and I tell them I haven't had a daddy, and I'm not going to start calling him daddy. I'm not comfortable calling a grown man daddy. Yeah. That means you have some complex disorder where you need to get some help because something is lacking in this male's life to subject this female to this childlike state. Yes, but that's why she left, so her children would be affected. So it's like, in my mind, we need to decide what is best for you. And each of them females up there, people are bashing them and saying stuff. Baby, you didn't have self-love at one point either. You didn't care about yourself. You didn't suck some penis you didn't want to suck.
Yeah, I'm not bad.
Stop that.
I'm not bad.
Them women, I used to be brainwashed. When I'm telling you I used to be brainwashed, I used to be brainwashed. What?
I would have definitely been fucking old boy if I was in the city they were in. Because my mama would have let me, and I just thought that was everything. I would have been having sex with them. If he'd found me and been attracted to me, I'd have been there.
And it's funny because I had an older friend take me to his house directly.
I believe it.
I'm the pretty young little light skin when I look so young. You can pass.
She still looks young as fuck.
I'm an old lady.
Younger than me. No, I would have been fucking him.
Yeah, and see,
I'm not even.
I was the opposite of you because I grew up the way I grew up. I was against getting a man for money, so I wanted to settle down for love and all that. And once I got around a particular type of female, I was stupid. Well, what do you mean you're not doing this for money? What do you mean you're not doing that for money? How come you're not? What do you expect to get out of this? Men aren't going to give you much. And at that time, I did not believe them. And it's funny because my daughter tells me the same thing. And so I went through a phase where I had my niece with me. She's not a biological niece, but she's older, love her to death. And she was 20-something living with me. And I didn't know what to do with her because she came to me and she clearly told me, I'm sorry, niece, I got to tell on you. But she was like, I don't want to take care of myself. And she's like, I just want a man just to take care of me, and I just show up. And I said, well, then you need to start sucking dick. Because And I know that's not the best advice, but I wasn't telling her like your mom, but it was more like, well, wait a minute.
She's also grown as fuck.
She was grown, but she was raised wrong. Her environment was really bad.
I was allowed to do
her situation led her to be confused on exactly what she wanted to be as a woman, and in her mind is, I don't want to do nothing. So I said, well, you better be, your sex game better be amazing then, because what are we talking about here?
And it's crazy. That brings up a whole other topic, because in no way, shape, or form do I think that a man can't take care of a woman and a woman can't take care of a man. That's a whole. So I don't ever want to come across like I'm trying to be this independent. No, I would love somebody to pull up right now with the cash app for our business. That's a whole different topic.
I mean, self-sufficient and dependency is two different things.
We're talking about people that are praying.
Young women.
I got a whole different conversation about how I wish Kris Jenner was my mom. That's a
Oh
whole,
yeah, I love that lady.
That's a whole different conversation.
Kris Jenner, the truth.
Yeah, that's a whole different show. We talking about inappropriate behavior with children.
With children and giving inappropriate advice. And I was telling my niece something that bothered her, and she was like, I'm not gonna be out here sucking no dick. I'm not. And I kept telling her to egg her on, because I knew that's not what she wanted to do. But I'm like, what you're saying doesn't make sense, so I'm gonna say some wild stuff to you. Yeah. And so she finally figured it out, and one day she came to me, she said, I thought you was really telling me to go out here and just hold myself out. And I was like, no, I'm telling you to make a decision on who you want to be as a woman, because when you come and make a bold statement about not wanting to take care of yourself, that's what you're gonna be enslaved to somebody. And so what did these women decide when they got with this predator? They didn't want to take care of themselves, so they were enslaved. And see, that's something that didn't sit well with me as a child. I don't want to be enslaved. I don't want to be controlled. You do not own me. You do not run me. I make this do what it do. I run my shit.
And I didn't learn that till my 30s. I'm 33.
Well, I still had low self-esteem though. I didn't think I was hot till I was 26. My husband had to tell me, he had to build me up and make me feel like I was hot something. Then he created a monster.
I thought I was a shit probably until about 26. And
No.
But that's a whole. I'm back to shit. That's a whole other story. But no, there's so many conversations that can come from this. But bottom line for me, I'm team blast the predator.
Yeah, you need to blast the predator, and they need to get help. And I'm team get them help.
Yeah, get them help.
Sticking them in jail only is not helping, obviously. And this is going on so much that people need to understand it's okay to tell on your family. I am not connected to my biological family on no sides whatsoever, no form. When my mother's side of the family found out what me and my sibling had been through, they didn't want to have nothing to do with us. We were tainted little dirty kids, and they did not want that poison to be poisoned into their children. And guess what? At first I cried and I was hurt because I love them people. And that's all I remember is the goodness came from them.
They were wrong for that.
But my grandfather died and wasn't able to be controlled. So his children made a decision, my aunts and uncles, and they said, no, y'all can't come back over here. I was hurt. But guess what? When I got older, I realized they were right. Because they knew that we were so messed up and so gone that they had to protect theirs from what we were exposed to. And that's what I did with my children. Then people were like, why she act so funny with her kids? How come her kids can't go nowhere? How come this? No, because I don't trust it. And I till this day, I love my biological family on my mom's side. I really, really love them deeply. Like I will never not, because they've never harmed me. And even when I thought they did, I understood. So please believe, you guys taught me a great lesson on how to separate from badness and say, you know what, that's not for me. That was their healthy boundaries, their self-care. That was all there, and I didn't understand it. But until I got grown, and I was like, wait a minute, they needed to do that. We could have hurt them. I already had other children come and tell me at that young age, and we were visiting them at that age up until 13. So it could have been traumatic. And it was like, I was 18 years old the last time I seen them. That's the last time I seen them. I let them see my first child, and that was it. They found out what happened to us. They didn't want to have nothing to do with us. They cried, they were upset, and I talked to them on the phone, and finally I got the call, and they said, could you please not contact no more? So I am a true orphan out here in the world with no family, no guidance, all because I was sexually abused as a child by multiple people when I didn't know any better and I had nobody to defend myself. When the one person that should have defended me in my case was my father, in your case was your mother. But I lost my father to the world. I don't know what your mother. She was blinders. It sounds like. I'm not judging. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, ma'am. I don't know.
I'm judging.
But I'm just saying, it sounds like she had blinders on. So obviously something happened to her in her past.
Apparently, that's what I was told, but I get no details.
Well, I don't. You know what? My biological dad tells me back in the day. He says to me when he tried to reunite. He says, "Well, you know that was back in the day. This is over. You know, these things aren't going on no more. Why are you still angry at me?" And I said, because you're still the same father that's not protecting me from anything. You're still around looking to get something from me than to give something to me. So because of that, I don't have any parents. I am an orphan by state law. I didn't grow up with a mother. I didn't grow up with these things, but I broke the cycle. There is no sexual abuse. Nobody's getting raped. And I've had friends. I've had this discussion with you. I've sat down with wealthy black women who've got tons of money, great education, great jobs, careers, and they're sitting here having dinner with the man that's had sex with them as a child, and it's called their father. And my father has never sexually abused me, but to sit across from a woman that's eating dinner with a man who sexually abused her, and you're sending your daughter with him, or you've had a child with him, and you guys are still having him around, that's crazy.
I have to tell this story. Like, because I know we got to wrap up soon. I have to tell this quick story, okay? So my dad, who I don't even think he's my biological dad, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
He was the predator of the family. To this day, so he's a lot older than my mom. So I have older sisters older than me who have kids my age. To this fucking day, I'm talking about as of 2018, they're all at the family functions. The sister who knows that her child was molested by this man says, "Go say hi to your papa. Go give him a hug."
Wait,
well, I don't go say hi to him. Well, I don't want to hug him, Mom. He fucking molested. Don't be rude. Go say hi to him. Go hug him.
That's how we were when we were little.
Fuck do you mean?
And now I was told. I remember when I was like 20.
I wasn't there to witness that.
I was told I was acting funny because I didn't want to come to family reunion.
You being disrespectful.
Yeah, and I was like, I would never come to family reunion. I'm not gonna eat with the people that's supposed to eat.
If this gets in the right hands,
not gonna happen.
If this gets in the right hands, they gonna know who I'm talking about. And I will smack the shit out of you for your daughter, who's frightened inside and fucking terrified of you because you make her hug her fucking molester every Sunday.
But see, something's wrong with the female. And again, we gotta wrap up because we got other shows to do. But we're gonna eventually talk about the psychology of a female and how we are the influencers of the world, and we have the power to influence the men and children. And all we're doing is influencing prostitution,
I would never make my daughter
hate,
hug him.
and separation.
My daughter will never even meet him. My daughter's never going to the family function at their house. My children are not allowed over there.
No.
Why would
if
my daughter
anybody abuse my child, they don't ever have to see
if
them
they
again.
abuse me?
Do you know the psychological trauma that you put onto a child to have to? And I just told you what happened to me. I pee on the bus every day.
Hug him?
Yeah. And now she's gonna grow up when a man rapes her or does something to her. God forbid that this happens. She's not gonna know what to do because she told people. And so that's why I keep saying something about this incident in the media is everybody's like, why was it so long? Somebody told somebody. That's been evidence. Nobody did anything about it. And it's obvious that nobody did anything about it because how are we all here telling our stories?
So I just hope that now us talking about it, and I know some people are triggered, and I do sympathize, but somebody's going to get some help from these conversations.
If you're triggered, go get help. I mean, I'm being real. I mean, I have empathy like nobody's business, but I was the brainwashed one. I was the one out here doing stuff I wasn't supposed to be doing. I was the one being told lies and manipulative things to keep me in a state where people could use me for my beauty and my money. I was that chick. And I rose up out of that and made sure that I made something out of myself, despite being hungry, despite getting beat, despite getting raped, despite all this stuff that's going on. Too young, too early. Now, is everybody built the same? No.
No,
But you gotta love yourself. You gotta have something in you that tells you you love yourself. Like I said, I've tried to commit suicide. I try to take myself. They won't let me go. So if I gotta be here, I got to love me. I got to make sure that I'm straight. And all I'm trying to say is, yes, it's a sympathetic type feeling that I get towards people, but I don't understand why you let it go so long. That's just like a woman saying, well, he beats me because he loves me and I stay. I've been beat. Last year, I was put into freaking trauma. I was in the fucking trauma world about to die over a man. Do you think I ever talk? I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to, fuck you. And I wish everything you do to be dead. Like no, there's nothing between us. But women sit up here and they're taught to accept bullshit all because of security. So this is my message to everybody. Stop. Become self-sufficient. Stop fucking for money. Stop getting with men because you want a house. Stop doing shit because you want a title. Quit trying to get with niggas to be a daddy to your fucking kids. Stop sitting up here playing women so that you could be with a man that really don't want you in the first fucking place. Most of these dudes are gay anyway. Women, stop preying on young boys because you old and your pussy dusty. Like, really stop. It doesn't make any sense to me to sit up here and prey on young people because your dusted ass cannot get somebody of your age because we tired and we all busted and disgusted. It makes no sense. So we're preying on each other. We're preying on children. We're preying on men. We're preying on women. We're gay. We're straight. We're bi. We don't even know what gender we are no more. At the end of the day, we're doing all of this for what? Yeah. When we really just want a hug and we really want this stuff to stop. So how do you get it to stop? We have to talk about it.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
You have to talk about it.
If we gotta blast a celebrity for some shit he did 10 years ago,
blast him.
I'm here for it. Let's talk.
And it's not just a celebrity, it's the people that's working from the janitorial staff all the way up to if they on God level. If you out here doing something in a sexual predator type manner, get help. Something's wrong with you. And if you're helping them, get some help too. Something wrong with you. If you are a child who is out here who needs some help, reach out to your local enforcement. I don't care if they help you or not. Call the law anyway. And tell your teachers, tell your friends, tell on these folks. Y'all social media, Snapchat that shit. Y'all put that on live. Tell everybody.
And if you're
set these folks up. Y'all got phones. Y'all not even recording the predators.
My message is, if you're a mom and your child tells you that someone did something,
do something about it.
You handled that shit. No,
immediately.
You don't go kill them because you need to raise your child to get them through that trauma. But you go get their ass arrested and you go back and back and back until they're arrested. You don't keep them around so that you can get a couple dollars for child support. You go take your ass to your mama's house, your auntie's house, or whatever. You and your children, whether it's 5 or 6 of y'all, and you pray and know that you're going, because you did the right thing, y'all are going to be protected. You don't do some weak ass bitch shit and sweep that shit under the rug. I
promote well whooped asses, so you ain't gotta kill somebody to whoop their motherfucking ass. So sometimes somebody deserve their ass just beat and dragged a little bit.
I'm ready to just fuck up everybody, mama, but and not the mamas on the stock frame, just the mamas that know this shit.
But they're victims too, and that's the problem. Everybody, all of us are victims. All of us are in something, and something is wrong with them. And I'm so sick of women keeping all these secrets. Girl, you need to stop. Look, we are the problem. Women are the reason why the world is messed up. We have the power to change everything, and all we do with it is what we're doing with it now. We want money and attention.
Another thing we can do is be there for each other.
For each other, yes. If we would, but they're shunning them. They shunned Aaliyah, the poor girl. She was so young. I remember when this happened because I was at the age. They, the women that came out against the president, they shunned her. Now she owes money.
We would be there for each other. That
yes.
would be a huge...
The female that reported, what's her name? The actress Sparkle, who reported her niece, they shunned her. So even from the victors to the people, the victims to the people who are trying to get help. We are not coming together as women working together. Me and her came together to do this show. We heard this subject. We were like, wait a minute, this don't sound right. We're all against each other. Women are fighting each other. You're downloading this man's music and giving him more ratings. I see the doggone posts where they're defending it. And you're telling people not to bash him. It's not about bashing. I don't want to bash or shame.
Comments telling me.
Yeah, and that's crazy because people are just trolling around saying stuff. But truth be told, sweetheart, get some help. Get your child some help, get you some help, get your family some help. And if you can't get away from that family that's doing that, then please give your children to somebody who care more about their lives than you do, because right now all you're doing is subjecting them to what you were subjected to. It makes no sense to me to continue on the cycle and then sit up here and say and praise, I'm a good mama. You're not a good mama just because you pushed it out your vagina. You're a good mama when you
dress them cute.
Because you dress them cute or they hair done. We got braids too. So it don't matter to me. That does not make you a good mother. A good mother is, are you there? Are you making sure they're protected? My children have a lot of shit to say about me, but the one thing they will tell you is my mama has been there and she does protect me. Regardless if we were living with our dads, with our grandmothers, we going over here visiting, we're over here on vacation. My mama got us, even at the grown age that they're at. Anybody messing with you? Because mama will show up in Texas and whoop somebody's ass, even though my son is in the military. Anybody messing with you? Why do we not have that instilled in our kids?
I can't. I can't relate.
Our message to you guys is wake up.
Yeah, wake up and speak.
Self-care, healthy habits is what we keep saying. Self-care, healthy habits. We're not perfect. I'm learning it every day. Better, healthy habits.
Speak up for yourself, love yourself, and just Once you see, here's the thing. Once I knew better, I started doing better. Once you know better, do better.
Do better.
I'm not here to judge. I didn't just fucked up shit. Nobody's here to judge you, but once you do know better, do better for yourself.
Yeah. Because who hasn't done anything? Who hasn't slept with somebody they really didn't want to? Who has been out here on some hoe shit? Almost everybody.
Yeah.
And then to sit up here and say you haven't been.
Right.
Just
I'm
stop.
just saying, just do better.
Everybody's been confused on if they should be this type woman, this type man, this type person. We're all trying to figure it out. So why don't we figure it out together, openly, in an open discussion? Those of us who are extra sensitive, you can go to betterhelp.com. That is an online counseling, therapy type, private. It's very cheap. I promote betterhelp.com, and I promote Pride Counseling, which is for the LGBTQ community, which is their sister company.com. They're really good. They will talk to you about things. These are not your family members. They're as neutral people. You can chat with them. You can video chat. You can in between talk to them. It's up to $65 a week.
That's cool.
And you can set it up how you want to set it up. But at the end of the day, get help from somebody. Don't go to the predators and try to get help from your predators. You'll never get help. You're going to always be living in that trauma. And post-traumatic stress is real. So depression comes from that. Alcoholism. They say the rates of women, the point is a lot of women are drinking more. They're drinking more because they have to deal with all this stuff. Okay, guess what, women? Men are not equipped as emotionally sound as we are. So guess how the men who are sexually abused feel? So we need to get them help. So yes, the person that we spoke about, we do hope you get help, sir. I don't know your background. I don't know anything about your trauma because I have my own trauma and she has hers. And I am not judging per se, but I am blaming you. I am blaming you for your actions just like I'm blamed for my actions. So I need you to go out here and get some help. You knew better and you know better now, and now your ego is playing with you and you think you got this, power. And that's not what you should be banking on. You have children out here, sir. So let's get you some help. Because anybody who wants to marry their mother, is something going on. So yeah, and you guys, if you want to have comments with her, what's your IG?
Quartz and Rainbows.
Nice comments. Don't be out here trolling.
Oh, you can troll what the fuck you want. I'm gonna get your ass back. But it's Quartz and Rainbows.
I don't do comments on my page like that. I have a corporate page, so any comments that's raunchy, you need to DM me at love_in_legacy because I will delete your comment. Yeah, if you're gonna put a comment, it needs to be a nice comment or it needs to be a nice question. Don't be coming, oh you this and y'all said that and no. We're just trying to help.
I said what the fuck I said.
She mean what the fuck she said. That's what we say. So this is Pink Couch Confessions, guys. This was our first episode. We thought this was a good topic. You guys can send in any information that you want us to talk about, any questions. If you want to come on the show, we have a spot for you. Look, we're missing you. We need somebody here to come drink the Waffle House sweet tea with us.
Yes. Okay, so as you already know by now, I'm Zakia, owner of Quartz and Rainbows. You can get this lovely hoodie at quartzandrainbows.com, as well as all types of spiritual products that will actually help you through your trauma, which is part of why all this shit began. All this spiritual shit has helped me. I have some ebooks on there, and yeah, go to the website, quartzandrainbows.com. Laura?
I'm Laura Morae, the CEO of Love and Legacy Enterprises. We are a mobile application development company. We are bringing out the JJ Trainer. You guys know about me. We're going to be the #1 app out to vaginal fitness, healthcare, STD sharing results. Look, we in there. We're trying to make this thing a real good thing. So we have a website. We need people to sign up for our newsletter, www.thejjtrainer.com. We have www.thejjtrainer.com and www.loveinlegacy.com. Go ahead and sign up for that newsletter for all updates, and we'll make sure you guys know exactly when the app is out, and we have some cool perks and gifts out for those who sign up early.
Shout out Goddess_Charlie for my braids. We've got our location, Rainbow Trap House. That's at Rainbow Trap House on Instagram. That's where we're at. That's where we'll be at. Anytime you see this pink couch on this public walk, that's where we are at. And I really want to shout out my motherfucking self. Okay? Well, shout out my motherfucking self for getting past this stuff, actually healing my motherfucking self, and just helping others as much as I can. And I still got a long way for my healing. But yeah,
just to start and to be in the process is a good feeling.
Shout out to my motherfucking self for teaching my motherfucking self all the stuff that my mama didn't teach me.
And that's good. That's a great shout out. I really like that. I'm gonna shout out Soletta Blue, our girl.
Yes.
She is at Soletta Blue. She is the #1 author, mentor, the SBA score. She can tell you everything you need to know to get your business established,
I told
started.
somebody about her today too. Somebody I want her to meet.
Oh yeah, we've talked big about Soletta. She's beautiful, she's well spoken, she's knowledgeable, and on top of all of that, she's extremely talented with what she does. Her books are great, her podcast is great, the Cusp of Greatness. We were on there, it was really, really awesome. We're gonna have her on the show one day. Can't wait to get her here.